What's going on? This is your boy KQKC Boxing Channel coming to you with another update and video. You know what time it was tonight. Man, I'm telling you, dog, man, it was going on tonight. You know, I'm excited because I'm a boxing fan. I love boxing. And I'm going to break it down to you. Okay? From fight one, boom, all the way up to Berto and Alexander. Okay? We all know what Peter Quillian and Quillian Love did. Okay? We know that Peter Quillian basically was trying to take off Love's head. You know? He was fighting him like he was fighting for a belt. You know, I mean, the man did what he said he was coming to do. You know, he's a very, very good person outside the ring. I know someone that knows Peter Quillian. Actually, Peter Quillian is from Michigan. A lot of people didn't know that probably. But then he moved to New York. But as I was saying, Peter Quillian in shape, look good. Hasn't been in the ring but one time since the loss to Danny Jacobs, but he looked great, you know. And Quillian Love, as I mentioned in one of my videos, you know, I mean, it's good that he's with TMT. At least he's with a promoter, and at least he gets seen on television, you know, here and there. But he's not that level of a fighter that he should be or could be, and that's due because of who's promoting him. Now, no one is a fan like I am of Floyd Joy Mayweather Jr. No one's a fan like I am. But as I was saying many times before, that Floyd doesn't need a promotional company. For the simple fact, most guys would sign with him just for the notoriety. And that's it. Sure, Floyd used to be a fighter. Floyd went 50-0. Floyd had 27 knockouts. Okay? Yes. But he's not in the gym. He's not showing them defensive skills that he was taught. No, he's not. And a lot of fighters are pretty good fighters. He has amateurs in his gym. He's have contenders, you know, prospects. I mean, they are great fighters, but they will be limited. Why? Because they're not getting the help they need. Floyd, it's about Floyd. I mean, there's nothing wrong with that. I mean, that if that's your style, that's your style, you know. Floyd is about the money, the bling, and the women. Cars, everything. Anything that's expensive. Which is okay. He earned it. He paid his dues. But you can't be starstruck and go in there and expect to learn something. You pretty much like on your own working out. You know, you have a fight coming up. Oh, sure, you get assigned a trainer. We all know how Floyd had his cousin replace someone as a trainer. But that's then, this is now. But getting back to the fight, Quillian Love, he used the ring generalship like it was going out of style, because he was trying to get away from the right hands of Peter Quillian. You know, I mean, it's not too much I can say about that fight. Only thing I can say about that fight is, sure, Peter Kid Chocolate won, and he controlled the fight all rounds, all 10 rounds, and he won. Quillian Love, I think he got hit a couple times, and he felt the power. And matter of fact, Peter Quillian wasn't really worried about anything because he was talking to Floyd on the side while he fighting. So, you know, that give you a picture of how that fight went, basically. Now, we all know the fight that Mikey had with champion Lipinets. Well, Lipinets made his welterweight debut tonight. He moved on up in the upper echelon of the 147 division. Well, he didn't move up there, but he moved up to 147. Now, a lot of people wonder, why did he move to 147 from 140? Now, we all know it's not because he lost to Mikey, okay? Because Mikey is going to go up in weight sooner or later. Or Mikey can go down sooner or later. But if Lipinets, see, you don't have to move in different divisions. Some people have fought in the welterweight division all their lives. Some people have fought in the lightweight division all their lives, or all their careers. But Lipinets, I really believe, is the weight issue. You know, it's really hard to make weight if your body is not agreeing with it. You know, any fighter can tell you that. Any trainer can tell you that. Any boxing enthusiast can tell you that. And also, I want to mention this. Lipinets is a very heavy-handed puncher. He hit you on your shoulder, you're going to feel that. And I really believe Eric Bonet, who he took on tonight, understood that. You know, he knew what he was coming in for. And it was a 10-round fight. And Lipinets did what he normally do. He walk you down and try to stop that movement by going where? To the body. Everyone knows once you hit that body, from round 1 to maybe round 5, you know, that's going to slow you down. Those are going to bring your hands down also. Then that leaves the open for you to make your move. That's basically what Lipinets' plan was. But he's up there now with the big boys. Eric Bonet is not no puppy. Okay? He's been around for a while. Okay? And the movement that he gave Lipinets is kind of like threw him off. I mean, sure, he was hitting him, you know. There's something about that left hook Lipinets throws. He bloodied Mikey nose. He bloodied Bonet nose tonight. You know, it's something about that left hook that will bloody your nose. You know, he has a strong left. And you know what? I think he's in the right division. The welterweight division always been heating up for the last 2 or 3 years. We know that. We know that Manny Pacquiao, Mayweather, Keith Thurman, Sean Porter, you know, I just don't like his style of fighting, but Sean Porter, you know, then Danny Garcia moved up. I mean, the welterweight division always been a hot item. Well, now middleweight, they gonna have their turn next month. Oh yes, you know, off the top of my head, it's 4 middleweight fights that's gonna be happening next month. You know, this is one of the best years of boxing I've seen for a couple years now. I mean, the best is fighting the best. It could be better, but hey. So, basically, We know Quillian won. Okay, we know Lipinets won that fight because basically from round one, Eric Benet was in survival mode. He knew what Lipinets brought to the table, and like any other fighter that tried to survive, I don't want to get knocked out, so I'm gonna keep moving. So, and I thought he would have caught him and slowed him down, but the body shots, he was in shape. Now that I have to give to Benet. He was in shape because Lipinets, he kept missing. Just by inches, but he kept missing. The overhand right, he missed. The left hook to the body, he was missing. Because Benet was giving him that movement. And we all know how you slow down movement, go to the body. But you can't go to the body if the body ain't there. See, that's what I had learned years ago when watching boxing. You know, sure, you can move your head, but you got to move your body too. So, that's basically what happened with that fight. Lipinets and Benet was pretty much, you know, hey, I chase you, you run. That's basically what happened. But I don't call it running. I call it range generalship. A lot of people say, oh, Floyd don't do nothing but run. Or such as Eric Lande don't do nothing but run. No. That's called range generalship. It means what? Hit and don't get hit. You last longer in the game. So, now, I'm just going to tell you about this 4-round fight. Young boy, young up-and-coming Joey Spencer. He fought a guy named Bruce. Now, bear with me with this name. Lucha Media, if I could made it correct. Joey Spencer is a very young fighter. I believe he's 18, if I'm not mistaken. Now, don't hold me to that, but I believe Joey is 18, 19. Well, he has power. He's not no average 19 boxer. He has the goods as like someone been fighting for 5 to 6 years. He's at that level. But he's young. And he made a statement tonight with the first round knockout. Now, we're only talking about a 4-round fight. Okay, this was his television debut. And he, you know, he made the best of it, you know. I mean, you can't ask for too much, you know. 4-round fight and you knock him out in the first round. Okay. You know, we all know that's how boxers, you know, start off professionally. You know, then they get used to it. 6 rounds, then you move up to 8 rounds, 10 rounds, and then you start hitting the 12s. So, basically, you know, hats off to Joey Spencer. You know, I'm quite sure he's going to make a great, great boxer. We will be hearing about him as time go by. Now, I want to talk about Andre Berto and Devin Alexander. Okay, and you have Virgil Hunter in Andre Berto's corner, and of course you have Coach Cunningham in Alexander's corner. And we all know about Coach Cunningham. He's Robert Easter coach, Adrian Broners, and now Tank Davis. You know, Javante Davis. You know, now that group, that don't mix. Now Cunningham, you know, he's a straight shooter. You know, he's a great trainer, ex-police officer. But if he's that such of a no nonsense trainer, he should have said, look, Devin been with me for years. Okay? Now Adrian, Robert, and Javante. One of you all have to make a choice because you all are too close to each other. Y'all hang out together. I mean, you can't focus on your training for a fight. All them in the gym at one time training on this or that. They all young. Now, Robert Easter might be the only professional. You hear what I'm saying? Professional. See, you can be a professional fighter, but act like a damn fool. But you can be a professional fighter and carry yourself in a professional way. And I believe out of those four, Robert Easter Jr. is more of a professional than Devin Alexander, Gervonta Davis, and Adrian Broner. We know Alexander, he had the problems with the opiates, due to surgery. Then he got the, liking that feeling, you know what I mean? Then you got Gervonta Davis, Tank, young, just had a baby, but I'm quite sure his little ass gonna have, a few more. Then you got Adrian Broner, who said, what? I'm gonna take over boxing this year. 2018 is my year. I'm taking over this motherfucker. No, you got your ass beat a couple times. And you're not taking shit seriously. Because if you was, you understand that you have a young lady at home, but you have a few young ladies at home with a few of your kids, and they probably saw you on TV throwing middle fingers up at the camera. How fucking embarrassing is that? But I'm gonna go on and get to the fight. Hey, Alexander came out blasting at Andre Berto. He came out to say, look, I'm back. I got over the addiction of opiates, and I'm here to make a statement because this was a do or die for both fighters. You got one that's 30 years old and you got one that's 34, 35 years old. That's a Berto. Now, Andre Berto knows that, hey, career's ending. As he say, it's time for him to enjoy the fruit of his labors. So, Alexander trying to prove a point. Now, don't get me wrong, both of these guys used to be champions in the welterweight division. But they got overshadowed, lost fights, and pretty much was taken over by, the young cats. Like Thurman, Mayweather, Pacquiao. I mean, the welterweight division. We all know what Alexander said about Floyd at that time. That he only fight Mexicans because he know he can beat them and move faster than them. We know. Everybody was jealous of Floyd at that time, but that's all right. That's how he sold seats. That's how he was the pay-per-view king. But anyway, this fight for Alexander started off great. I'm talking about, he had a knockdown in the second round, and even though he hit him behind the head, and Andre Berto was okay, but still, he was relentless with that left, right down the pipe. It just was too much wrestling for me, jerking for position, and for some reason the ref was on Berto like crazy, and I couldn't figure it out. Like, what the hell was he doing? Yeah, I know he was holding, but Alexander was holding too. I mean, sometimes some refs just, I don't know. But the point I'm trying to say is that Alexander, he took the early rounds. And then come the fifth round, the sixth round, the tide started turning. That's right. The tide started turning. Now, we all know Andre Berto pass. We know that, he can get his ass beat up from round 1 to round 10, but he don't give up. That's one thing about the brother. He don't give up. And that's what happened. I saw Alexander slowing down. And, see, when you throw a lot of power shots and you start off wrestling for the first 6 rounds, that's tiresome, and when you throw power shots and miss, that takes a lot out of you too. So that's why I saw a lot of fatigue in Alexander. And that's when Berto started making his move. Working behind the jab, putting combinations together. Then there you go. They back wrestling again. Now, Berto should have pulled back some, because he was smothering his shots. He was smothering his punches. He was smothering his combinations. Any trainer, a Sean Porter does that. Sure, he gets you on the ring and work, but he smothers his work most of the time. That's why he loses a lot of his close decisions. He tries to, leads with his head, of course. He tries to open the guard up with his head. So therefore he gets close to you, where he can't even, throw a punch. Or it looked like he's throwing a punch, but he's not really doing anything. But Berto came and put together the combinations. And matter of fact, I think Alexander was hurt, but not that hurt, because of course he grabbed right away, and there was no knockout. They both fought to the end. And wow, that 12th round was, man, like, hey, 2 guys in the ring about to end their careers, want one more shot at a title, so they going for it. And that's what they did. And that's what I like. I like 2 fighters that go for it. Now Adrian Broner, he's an asshole. We all know that. Okay, we all know he has some mental issues. Also, we know that, and we know he always wanted to be a Floyd Mayweather, but he claims they don't want him to succeed. No, it ain't they. It's your ass. But what I'm trying to say is that Adrian Broner is the same way. He goes for it, just like with Mikey. Mikey worked that jab all up in his nose for 11 rounds. But the 12th round, man, Broner went for it. He was ripping. Same way with the Sean Porter fight that he lost. He knocked Sean Porter down in the last round. Same way with Taylor. When he fought him, he knocked him down. I believe it was Taylor, but he knocked him down in the last round. So, but that's what I like about Adrian Broner. About the only thing, really. He goes for it, and he don't have anything to lose, so he just go for it. But sometimes when people bank all those rounds, it's just a little bit too late, unless you get a knockout. See, I tell everybody say, well, these are the championship rounds, 11 and 12. And I say, you know what? Round 1 to 12 is the championship rounds. That's what I believe. because if you start that race, you got to finish that race. And you better start that race just like you about to finish it. You know, a lot of people, oh, this is the championship rounds here, you know. No, these guys should have been fighting their asses off in the first round. But they call it the filling out round. You know, if you did your homework, you don't need to fill shit out. You need to work your game plan. That's how I feel about it. So, now, Andre Berto did win by a split decision. Now, I don't agree with that, but that's the way it is. Andre Berto did win, and Alexander came up with the loss. But it was no knockout, but it was a split decision. And you know what? I have to say, kudos to Alexander. You know, he looked good. He really did. You know, he's not ashamed of what happened. You know, he had surgery, and of course, you know, he tore his shoulder and everything when he was fighting Corrales, and he had to put it back together. It was torn, and he was in a lot of pain. And of course, you know, opiates are painkillers, codeine, and you know, stuff like that. And sure, he had to, you know, it's addictive, and he got addicted to it, you know. But where he come from, he didn't even touch a can of soda. That's why I was surprised when I heard about that. You know, we know he comes from St. Louis, Missouri, and the area he's from is very, very rough. You talking about inner city? This is the inner city. But you know what? He came out of it. He dealt with it, and he put it behind him, and he's trying to get his career back started. And he looked good doing it. It's just that the fatigue caught up with him. A little more shape, a little more fine tuning, he might be able to hang with the upper echelon of the welterweight division. Now, I say he might, but he needs a lot of work to be done. So, basically, that was the fight tonight. You know, PBC are doing their thing. I mean, these fights I just named was on Fox, free. And I'm talking about not Fox Sports 1. This was on local network Fox, where it's just straight free TV. Sure, it had a couple commercials, but that's it. Now, you tell me, you want to take that over the zone? Please. You know, look, Showtime and PBC got a great thing going. They are the future of boxing. And they've been showing out. KQKC always keep it real. And I'm not going to change that. And also, I want to give a shout out to Black Fight Fan, LDBC. You know, he was talking about Anthony Yard. Now, we all know about Anthony Yard. I did a video on him myself. Maybe about a month ago, a little over a month ago. You can go and look at my page and find Anthony Yard, the Beast. You know, Anthony Yard is an up-and-coming UK fighter. They had a write-up about him, and he's one of those crossover fighters where he can be popular in America and the UK, and he will be. The boy is The man is, I'm not gonna call him a boy. The man is relentless. You know, I mean, he got power. And he's under Frank Warren. Frank Warren is the promoter. And he said in an article that Eddie Hearn rides off the back of other fighters and other fighters' profile. And you know what? If you come to think of it, he do. You know? And he's very sneaky. And you know what? Eddie Hearn is right. I mean, Anthony Yarde is right. Eddie Hearn tried to backdoor with Adrian Broner, the Charlos. I mean, he's just a snake. You know. You know, sometimes you have to cut the head off the snake. But I'm not gonna get into Eddie Hearn tonight because the night belongs to who? PBC, Premier Boxing. That's right. They did their thing tonight, and hey, kudos to them for doing that. You know, it's nothing like watching good boxing on a Saturday night. So, with that, you know, KQKC will be back with another video. And if you like where I'm going with this new Dexter station, please subscribe to my channel. And you want to get notified every time I upload a video, just hit that notification bell or icon. And please hit the like button on the way out. Or hell, hit it on the way in. Because I'm an unbiased station. I'm going to tell it like it is. You might not like it. You might unsubscribe. But I'm going to tell it like it is. Because boxing needs for the boxing fans to know the truth and what's going on. So stay tuned for my next video. I will be talking about Shawn Porter and Danny Garcia. And we all know that they'll be fighting next month. I mean, next month is going to be tons. What the UK people say, it's going to be loads of fights. Oh, yes. I can think of, as a matter of fact, it was 4 middleweight fights I'm thinking of. Then, I forgot about the Danny Garcia and Shawn Porter fight. That's 5. I mean, it's heating up boxing. And it's going towards the end of the year. And you know, also, I want to announce that, you know, Lucas Matisse retired also. You know, he gave it up. You know, time to go. Kick it with his boy, Marcos Madonna. Okay, you know, they from the same place, and they both good friends. So, but that's about all I have for you right now. So, KQKC Boxing will catch you on the next video. Peace, and I welcome all comments.